I think that's from you.
All right,
No, I'm hearing
we
it in
are
my headphones.
live.
I don't think
Welcome
so.
back, everyone.
Oh,
So
all
sorry
right.
about the audio issues. Hopefully, everything is well again.
All right, I'm listening in on my own
Okay.
phone.
So, I'm going to try and pick back up, and if folks on the chat would let us know if things are going poorly or well, I would very much appreciate it. In the meantime, we were discussing healing. So healing in this game again. There's natural healing, which just happens over the course of weeks. So healing in this game again. What's going on?
That was me loading it on my own phone. Sorry. So it's working.
Excellent. Good. Glad to hear.
It sounds great.
Glad to hear. Sorry, everyone, for the technical difficulties. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, we covered healing. Yes, every week you get back your level plus your toughness bonus, minimum of 1 hit points back. Oh, I see. I'm getting some really rough internet connectivity problems here. You know, I got the Comcast guy coming tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Super fun.
Well.
Yay.
Okay, so gonna try and get back into it. Here we go.
Tell the Comcast guy you're a famous streamer and musician.
Yes.
All
right.
And you can't put up with this kind of service.
let me get this straight. We've been sitting on this boat for 8 days, and that blood that we splattered into one of the coffins hasn't drawn a spooky ghosty, and also it's just been there. So now there's like this gross blood coffin and gross non-taken care of watery coffin on this. I just want to make sure I'm on the same page as everybody.
Yes, attracted no ghosts or raccoons.
In fact, there's quite a funk coming from the backside of the barge between one coffin one coffin has a pool of congealed blood sitting in it. The other coffin is caked in river water and mud, and they just collectively have a pretty foul smell. The crew is willing to deal with this at first. Again, very eager to see the return of the bat creature. They've watched over the coffins for several nights, but failing to arrive, they start to lose interest over the course of that week. Trebbiano, you start to feel better, whatever illness or food poisoning or whatever it was that got you, it starts to fade, although you still spend a lot of time, several days in your bunk before you fully recover. You're joined there by Yeffy, who generally tries to stay off her wounded leg. So her leg has been broken, and her whole leg is wrapped up in a heavy wooden splint and wrapped with cords.
What did you do to yourself?
I didn't do this to myself.
Well, you're not important enough for someone to do that to you, so how did you do it?
Wow.
Sorry. Does that mean? I'm sorry.
Thought we were friends, but okay. Oh no, the ghost got me, and then some people clubbed me, trying to escape me from the ghost. And then, and then Bruno tried to help me.
I have a sinking suspicion that man is not an actual physician. But I'm sorry, and it sounds very painful.
As you two are having this conversation, you're joined in the room by one of the crew, a fellow that you happen to know is named Carl. Carl comes in holding some small something cupped in his hand, and you hear as he goes into a corner. You know, in general, the crew have avoided this room, this bunk room that you guys have taken over as your own quarters, though you suspect that it belonged to the crew before you arrived. Carl heads over to the corner of the room and reaches up into the rafters, and you can hear a little noise coming from it as he reaches up into the corner near the ceiling and sort of is doing something over there.
Are we all in
at the
this
moment?
room
It's
right
just
now?
Trebbiano and Yeffy.
Okay.
Can I help you?
He spins around. No, It's fine. I have it. Here you go.
What is it that you have there?
What? Are you sure? Cause I'm pretty strong. I could help. Hey, you in the market for some rings? I got some stuff here, and I reach into my like wrapped leg and take out some like a bracelet.
He turns to face you and he says, "What? No, I don't want any rings. If you had a worm, do you have any worms or bugs? Maybe bed bugs there into your. Do you have any lice?"
What are you after, you strange man? Why are you looking for
it's-
these things?
He points up into the corner. You can see now there's like a little nest up there, and there's this little fluffy, feathery something, and then it's kind of letting out this little caw, this little.
Oh.
I'm overcome with affection because I know instantly what that is.
Is it food?
No!
Sounds
Under no
delicious.
circumstances should you harm this creature. I get up immediately. I'm totally fine. All my strength is returned. Color flushes back into my face. I am completely reinvigorated.
Excellent.
And I lunge to this person's side and I say, you have to be very careful. Do you know what you are dealing with here?
I think it's a turn. It's one, Hans, that idiot, he thought it was a bat, and he threw a rock at it and knocked it out of the air. But I go and I see, and it's just a little turn. It's not a bat.
I immediately say, I have the perfect place to house this creature until he gets better. I can take complete care. I am in the utmost authority to take care of this creature and make it better. Do not worry. Entrust it to me immediately.
Will you roll me a fellowship test, Treviano? Yes.
Wait, fellowship? Oh, shoot. Why did I think this would be willpower? That is -1. 11.
Okay. He looks and well, all right. Just don't let it die, okay?
Never.
Now let me tell you, friend, the Tribby here is very good with the turn beast creature thing that you got up there in the rafter, and for 1 shilling a day, we will have gourmet worms and bugs prepared.
I could eat a whole.
A penny, 3 pennies, 3 pennies.
I think. I
You
think
got
I
me-
think.
you
Oh,
got me by
is
the
that
legs.
someone telling Carl? Carl, I think. I have to go. He rushes out of the room.
Yeah, well,
I take out my lantern because I have a lantern but no oil, just for this particular purpose.
Excellent.
And
Wow.
I take the little nest and I ferry it
Excellent.
inside and I
Excellent.
close it and I give it a little air and I put it
What?
on my
It's
person.
it's definitely a small, it's a small turn, right? It's a little like seabird, like a little gull kind of creature, but it's clearly quite young. The feathers are still a little downy, and it seems to hobble a little bit, shifting around. You can definitely tell that like it's possibly wounded.
I shall name him Salty. He shall be mine. We shall go very good places together. This is a very good day.
Excellent.
I snuggle back into my
Excellent.
bunk.
Excellent.
glad you're feeling better.
I have not forgotten about you. I still have to destroy this ring.
Okay. As you do
What?
so, Bruno and Indigo return to the quarters as well. Perhaps a bit disappointed by yet another long stretch of washing the coffins and not seeing really anything larger than a small bird approach.
Well, science moves slow. That's known.
That
Eventually,
is
my
that-
experiment will work.
yeah? What if
Yeah.
what if they found a new coffin somewhere?
That would defeat the trap. That is true.
Right.
But coffins aren't just lying around.
Sure they
Except
are.
a coffin shop, I guess. It's gonna
mean-
come back.
Yeah, I mean, really, this makes our job way easier, right? Because now we just have these empty coffins that we don't have to deal with horrible monsters. We just put those in the box, We deliver them. If someone asks, hey, why are these boxes all messed up? We say, if you don't want messed up boxes, deliver them yourself and get paid and then leave.
Yeah, that works on my line of work.
Right?
Wouldn't it be cool to be the one to, kill the monster?
I mean, sure, but also
cut it
it's
open,
cool to not.
see its gooey insides. And
Ugh.
stuff.
It is very possible that these people know exactly what is inside these things, and
It
would
seems-
be very angry with us.
We
So,
only vaguely touched on this last time, but it's quite possible they knew they were transporting monsters, and they're also bad.
Right. I mean, so we just, we don't stick around.
Is that
we deliver, we get paid, we leave.
Is there a bird in your lantern?
yes, and he is beautiful. Here is an idea. We hire somebody to take the box to them.
Wait.
No, people hired us to take. Why is there a bird?
No. It's a really good idea. So we know these people are evil in every way. We can hire somebody, and they take the bad box that is horribly broken and probably full of evil things, and they take it up the hill, and we leave.
How are
But we
gonna
don't get paid.
But we live?
Well,
If we want to just live, we can just dump the box into the river once we're there, and then.
Also a good plan.
No, it's not. We've sort of tried it. It wasn't a good plan.
I will take your word. Okay, what do you want to do?
See, if we don't,
I do not think we are in the shape to fight, an unknown amount of these people that you are describing.
we're all good. Yeffy's really healing up nicely. Look at that. Yeah.
Look at that. It's still purple, a little green.
Is that not the color dwarves normally are? No. Not purple. Okay. Well, take a note on that one.
Yeah.
See, every day is learning.
It feels like we should be equally worried that if we don't deliver this, the horrible monsters that are expecting it will, hunt us down.
I mean, how are they going to find us?
Well, the one guy hired us. We're distinctive individuals. He knows what boat we were on.
Right.
It's not
But then we just don't go on the boat anymore.
Well, then we're just kind of fugitives. Do you want to live, on the lam like that?
I've had worse.
So are we gonna deliver this or not? Because if we're not, we should just get off this boat.
Interesting point. Paul, do we know how much longer from here would be to Carroburg?
Well, that depends on how far back we're flashbacking here. So, I started this with saying 8 days pass. Is this conversation happening at the end of those 8 days? Okay,
Sure.
then
Yes? Yeah.
you will
That
be in
means we have, like,
Carroburg
2 days left,
imminently.
right?
In fact, the captain has told you that you've made excellent time, and we should achieve Carroburg tomorrow, which will be Bakartag.
Bakartag. Is that the name?
That is the name of the day.
Akatop. My favorite day.
So we need to decide quick what we're gonna do.
Someone's on fire.
Oh.
It's just a surgeon.
Bruno
This is-
exits.
this is
pursued by flame.
This is a fine
Pursued
evening
by
for technical.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm glad that
Fires on ships are very dangerous, so that has to be addressed right away.
Oh, jeez.
So I think we put the coffins back in the box. We fill it with dirt. We head towards this mansion, and then we just see if they invite us inside to pay us. We run away. But if they pay us at the door, we just take the money and leave.
Insist on being paid at
Okay.
the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what is the worst that could happen?
We get killed by monsters, but
That was a
That would be
very
bad.
rhetorical question.
oh, sorry.
That's okay. You did.
Great.
Shall we?
All
Yeah.
right.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get my nightcap drink from the cap.
Okay.
It's
Uh,
surgeon advice.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, drink a lot. I think is generally a good policy.
It's good
That'll
for
keep
the
your mind
blood.
off the horrible pain in your leg.
It's pretty bad. I think I probably deserve an extra gold or two for the
No,
inconvenience.
that doesn't seem. I mean, doctors don't pay their patients. That would be highly unusual. How would we stay in business?
You've already been paid.
Well, not by Yeffy.
No.
In fact, she
Yeffy.
wouldn't even donate her blood to my experiment.
So
I did donate my blood. I
No,
gave
we
you
paid
blood.
you for it. That's not a donation. That's a sale. I had to purchase that, and it didn't even work.
Well, it
I
was
should get
a
refund,
steal.
actually.
It was a steal. I mean, look
Uh,
how.
Indigo's gonna
Wonder-
leave and start packing up the box.
excellent. Okay.
Tribiana
Okay.
will help.
So the two of you haul the coffins back down below deck, shove them into the box,
Yeah.
scoop up as much of the dirt as you can, put that into the box as well, and then attempt to reaffix the lid. Indigo, why don't you give me an agility test? Let's see how well that all turns out.
Yeah, why not? Why don't I do
Great.
that? Indigo's pretty agile.
Excellent.
Natural 20.
Oh, excellent.
Attaboy!
So you take considerable care after getting the coffins in place. You get a broom from the crew to sweep up the dirt, and using some paper you scoop all the dirt back into the box, and you very carefully reposition each nail and tap each one in with a hammer, and it actually looks reasonably good. The box definitely got dinged a little bit, so there's some spots where there's definitely a little bit of damage on the box, but it almost looks like, reasonable for just sort of bumps and scrapes one might get from transporting such a large box over such a great distance.
Nice.
You're pretty pleased with your handiwork.
They held it. Wow.
My aunt was a carpenter, so.
Oh, your aunt had a job. That's progressive, right? Yeah.
All right,
My aunt
Oh.
not.
the boat's on fire again.
To get right for that aggressive comment.
So the
Wow.
the next day. So Yeffy, you've it's been a week since you've been injured, so you'll regain a hit point there, or more if you have a positive toughness bonus.
I have a 0 in
Okay,
toughness.
great. So you regain a hit point.
Yay!
And yeah, you're still not feeling great, Yeffy. Honestly, you're thinking if you could just get off this boat and maybe see a real professional, maybe they could do something to help you out.
Great. Yeah, I gotta get that going
Yeah.
there. I'm still trying to hawk my wares off to that captain at some point.
So, the week of travel is mostly, as I said, mostly dull. Occasionally, in the evenings, the boat stops and they throw the anchor overboard. Occasionally, there is a small village along the banks that they would stop at. So, once or twice during your journey, they have stopped and let everybody for the evening get off the boat who wanted to, and go stay at the inn in the small village that they pass. But as you approach Carroburg is a much larger town. Not quite as big and metropolitan as, say, Marienburg was, but still quite large. The town is built atop a huge hill, and you can see as the boat pulls up to the docks that the architecture becomes more fine and more elaborate the further up the hill you go. There's a beautiful cathedral at the very top of the hill, and it is surrounded by what can only be described as mansions. As your eye follows down the hill, you can see the buildings become more ramshackle, more crowded together. About halfway down the hill, there's no longer cobblestone roads, but just dirt paths. And here at the docks, it looks quite rough indeed. The crew immediately toss out some ropes and start tying up the barge, and start to get to work at unloading their cargo. The captain, meanwhile, comes to your group and he says, "Well, my friends, it's a bit of a rocky start, but a good journey. A good journey. I'm glad to see we arrived safely and that my reputation for getting my cargo to where it belongs remains intact."
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. This was a good journey.
Excellent.
I would hate to see a bad one.
I've enjoyed your company, and I'm glad that you chose to safeguard the cargo rather than eliminating it at the first sign of peril.
Oh,
Who would do such a thing?
Indeed.
we never even considered that.
Terrible.
Well,
idea.
my friends,
Treviano is looking at these dicks like, I'm not gonna say anything, but I do not consent in lying.
perhaps we shall have one more drink together to raise a glass for a successful journey. What say you?
Hey.
Yeah. All right.
He leads you into the mess and he pours a strong pour of brandy for everyone, and he says, "To safe arrivals." And you all have a
Safe
Safe.
arrival.
Cheers.
Yeah.
oh, excellent.
You know, I still got some of those luck charms in my
Oh.
bag. You ever need? Safe voyage. You know, I mean, that's why we're so lucky. That's why the ghost never came back. I'm pretty sure because of the luck charms.
If they were really good, though, the ghost never would have shown up in the first place, right? That was pretty bad luck.
Yeah, I would not
Yeah.
listen to my.
Yeffy, roll me a fellowship test there, Yeffy.
You should stick to surgery. God damn it! Roll the 4.
Well,
You ruined my sail.
perhaps if you come back after I have unloaded my cargo and sold it, if I turn a good profit, perhaps then. Excellent. Oh dear, my boat seems to be on fire
the third
again.
time.
I must see to that, my
That's the
friends.
problem.
Fortunately,
The third time made it funnier.
rule of threes, man.
Comedy rule of threes. Yeah. So the fourth time's gonna really bomb.
Well, enjoy your stay in
Cheers.
Carroburg, and if you find yourselves needing river travel again in the future, seek out Captain Yosef Cortain.
Yes, of course.
Farewell.
Farewell, Captain.
Okay.
Thank you, Captain.
And the four of you take your very heavy box up out of the hold and haul it off onto the dock.
Now where are we going? Do we know where we're dropping this off?
The Orlok estate.
Orlok Estate. I'm gonna guess that's one of the big houses up at the top.
Uh-huh.
All the way up there,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
all
Up
of
at the
the
top.
us four, including a broken dwarf, are
Broken
going to get
dwarf.
this box all the way up there.
Ooh, I mean,
10 gold crowns.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Great. All right. So again, if you guys could hold it real low, that would be very helpful for us. Just lift with your backs and just kind of really keep it hovering just about a foot off the ground would be excellent.
Yikes.
Do we have to
Should
roll
we-
or something?
Should we scout it out? Should we go up there and find the estate before we lug this box around every mansion?
Oh, right. We
Not
should probably
quite.
ask for directions.
Sure.
Yeah.
I will stand guard.
Is there like a dock master here,
It's
Paul?
quite the whole docks are actually quite busy and full of hustle and bustle of people loading and unloading boats, people moving around. You scan around to see if you can detect somebody who looks officious or like they're in charge. You're not really seeing anyone of that description. You do occasionally see someone barking orders and then quickly realize that they are simply the captain of some boat or another.
I want to look to see if there's anyone like loading or moving cargo that then doesn't look like they're a part of a ship's crew.
Yeah, so you do see two docks down from where you are. You can see an even larger barge than your own, and it looks like there's a wagon pulled up on the road just at the end of the dock, and several workers are carrying crates from the boat over to the wagon and loading up the wagon.
Oh,
And there's somebody, actually there's two men sitting at the front of the wagon. One of them sort of just kind of idly holding onto the reins, and the man sitting next to him has got resting on his lap what appears to be a blunderbuss.
Oh. Wow.
Fancy.
All right, I'll sort of like point out the wagon to my friends here, and then I'll jog over to those folks.
Excellent. Is anyone joining Indigo?
I'm going
Bad
to start looking at the cargo that's being taken out of these barges and seeing if any of them have a similar whatever crest that was on the one that we're transporting.
Okay. All right, so it sounds like Indigo's on his own. Looking around Bruno.
Well, I mean, I can.
Yeah.
I'll hobble on behind
Okay.
him at a slow, weirdo pace.
Takes you a few moments to catch up.
Oh no.
Bruno, you're quickly scanning around. You do not see anybody unloading anything with that kind of elaborate crest on it, and you feel like that would really stand out.
Okay.
You think?
Okay.
Indigo, you head on over, and as you approach the wagon, you can see the two gentlemen sitting on the front of the wagon. Kind of perk up as you approach, and the one holding the blunderbuss kind of doesn't really like lift it up or aim it or anything, but just sort of holds it, right? Sort of lets it not just rest, but is actually now holding it with the hand on the stock. And the other one looks at you and he says, "Who's that? What do you want?"
Good morning, friends. I was wondering if you could help us out with some directions.
Roll me fellowship tests there, Indigo.
Great. 20 the hard way.
Wow.
Directions. Directions to where?
Yeah. Well, so we've got a delivery here, and we're looking to get to the Orlock estate.
Orlock estate. Orlock.
Yeah.
Holtz, have you ever heard of the Orlocks? He scratches his beard and can see bits of breakfast falling out. Orlock.
That does happen.
No, I don't know the Orlocks, but estate sounds fancy. Must be top of the hill. He points.
Oh. Great. Well, thanks. You wouldn't happen to be taking this carriage to the top of the hill, would you?
Oh, we might.
Well, we've got a mighty big box here, friends, and I think we'd really appreciate it if you could maybe lend us a ride. We'd help you load the rest of your cargo.
Give me another fellowship test.
Yeah. 21.
Wow.
Look at this guy.
Russian here. Charming.
What do you think there, Gunner? I don't know, Altz. You'll unload all of these crates at the top of the hill, and then we'll deliver your box.
All right.
Deal. Spits in his hand and holds it out. You shake it again. Yeffy arrives just as the two are shaking hands. Having caught up.
Oh, Yeffy. Good timing. These are my new friends. They're gonna help us get our box up at the top of the hill, and we just gotta help them move a couple things. So just get right on that, won't you?
Oh, you're gonna move all those? That's gonna be hard.
Yeah, but I mean, then we won't have to walk up the hill.
Well. Oh, that's a nice gun.
Frankie.
My cousin Whack had one of those. That was a time.
Ooh.
Yeah. He barely lifted it.
Was your cousin a coachman?
No.
Oh.
No, he liked to fiddle with things like tools, metals.
Thought you were going to say children.
No. No, no, don't be.
No, come on.
Come on. What? Where did this? Who did you just get hired by?
That guy.
If he just turns around and just lumps.
Indignantly lips.
Back.
Well, we'll be right back with our box, friends.
All right.
Great. And I'll head back to the rest of the group, I assume quickly passing Yeffy and getting there first.
Yeah, he's hobbling.
Yeah, show off.
So,
Great
let's,
news.
great.
We don't have to carry the box to the top of the hill on foot.
Ah,
Oh, save my nan.
nice.
Yeah.
Why,
Yeah, slightly bad news. We have to help unload like a lot of other boxes once we get to the top, but we won't have to walk.
how's that better?
Surely they are smaller
I
boxes.
think we have to do more work.
Well, yeah, but we don't have to walk up that big hill. We could have what if we dropped the box?
Oh no, the ghost could have come out.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Just a little manual labor here.
Sounds lovely. He didn't mention the children comment.
What was that?
Oh, that was weird. Yeah. Maybe it's a Carroburg thing.
Are they transporting children? Is that...
I don't think so. You know, I didn't ask.
Are you sure they were not just insulting Yeffy?
They could have been.
What?
I'm just
You
saying
did?
it's always a possibility.
As you have this
True.
as you are having this debate, you see the wagon you see the man kind of click the reins, and the wagon pulls up. It is now loaded with lots and lots of boxes. You hope your crate is gonna fit as it pulls up, and they look over at you, and the guy with the big beard looks at you and he says, "Whoa, go on, load her up, let's go."
Great. And
Let's
those
go.
boxes, Indigo, those boxes on the back of the cart there, that's what we're going to unload.
Yep.
Right, all those boxes. All the
Yeah.
ones stacked up there.
Yeah.
We're going to take them off. Great. Perfect.
Mhm.
So, can
So anyway, we gotta get this box in
Yeah.
this carriage. Rudo, come on. Heave-ho!
Okay, long legs. Get those boxes up
All right,
there.
the two of you managed to heave the giant, 8 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot crate on top of an already precarious pile of boxes on this wagon. You managed to get it as secure as you think as possible, and once it's in place, the fellow with the reins, who you gather is named Holtz, says, "All right, let's go," and he clicks the reins, and the wagon starts to move up the hill pretty slowly, which you think is probably actually quite good given how precarious the pile of boxes is. There's absolutely no room.
Are we
there's
on the
absolutely no
wagon?
room on the wagon for you guys, and you find yourselves having to.
This
just,
was a great
just
plan,
follow
Indigo. You
along.
really aced this.
Would you like
Listen.
to go back in the pack?
Yeah.
Good luck getting in there without really injuring yourself.
That might-
Let's
That might be
anchors
difficult.
away.
What are you doing? Is somebody trying to?
Well, otherwise, I'm gonna try to get into the backpack. Otherwise, it's gonna be nighttime by the time Yeffy gets up that hill.
Excellent. Okay, Yeffy, you managed to get in the backpack, but your leg juts out at this like straight
Just
weird angle.
Straight up.
And every now and then, Treviano, walking up the hill, just isn't really paying attention to that, and it whacks something, either a person or that corner of a building or something, and just with an unfortunate frequency, quunk. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, I don't think that's not going to be good for the healing process.
Very slowly,
I'm
you
trying
make
to
your way up the hill. You notice plenty of street hawkers, especially around the docks. As you're passing your way up, lots of folks selling various foodstuffs, some fish on a stick, rat on a stick. There's definitely a large percentage of on a stick options. You proceed up the hill, and after a little bit, you reach the part where the streets start to be cobbled. And there's a lurching moment, where the cart shifts onto the cobblestones, and the crate kind of teeters and shifts, but then stops, and it continues to move up. And you can see right here at this spot along the street, there are a whole bunch of bootblacks, and they're all offering, just tuppence, sir, to shine your boots on for the cobbles. Tuppence. Any. You, sir.
Oh.
Sir, would you like
No, we
your boots shined?
I
We
would.
don't have time for this.
What?
I am not wearing shoes.
Treviano's not wearing shoes. Excellent.
Well, maybe I'll come back and get my boots blacked later.
I mean, you can try, but
Well, I'll get my boots blacked. I have boots. I don't think you should get your feet shined there.
Oh, how about that one boot sticking up out of your
That
pack,
one-
sir? Would you like me to shine that one, sir?
Oh, that one could probably use a good shine.
probably should not touch that
Turn
one
me
unless
around.
you want to feel that. I told you.
Around.
Okay, I turn around.
I don't want my shoes shined, you charlatan. Get out of here.
There's a dwarf!
I turn around. I warned you.
They scamper away. And you realize now that the cart hasn't really stopped, and it's continuing to inch its way up the road. And so you continue to follow it. The cart slowly, it takes a good hour for it to reach the top of the hill. And when it does, it finally approaches actually that big cathedral you saw. And it pulls up, and the guy with the beard leans around and back to you guys and says, "All right, start unloading. Get to it."
Oh, it's all going to the church?
Aye.
Oh, well, that's easy. All right, Bruno, start unloading.
What? You start unloading. I'll get the small boxes.
I'll start
Excellent.
unloading.
I take off any halfling-sized boxes.
Treviano does what he can.
Excellent. You start unloading the boxes.
Did you put me down?
A priest actually comes out of the building and comes and approaches you, and actually comes and stops and at the front of the wagon and has a few quick words with Holtz there.
Can we tell what religion or gods
Absolutely,
this is a church
it is
to?
very clearly dedicated to Sigmar, who is the patron god of the Empire.
Sigmar.
You recognize the
makes sense.
emblem, the twin-tailed comet is emblazoned across the gate.
Oh.
A priest is a priest, no? Shall we try to fix you?
Yeffy just starts to howl.
oh,
Oh, my leg!
keep it down. Come on. It's not that bad.
Just carry your boxes and forget about me. I'm a goner.
Oh, baby.
Wow.
I walk backwards toward the priest.
Excellent. Excellent. The priest turns and says, I say,
Horrified.
that's quite a racket. Is that a dwarf? What's wrong with-
Technically,
half of
part
what?
of one.
Nothing.
My leg. Don't listen to him. He's in that.
Your leg. You've hurt your leg. Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
Do you know there's an
terribly, a
injured dwarf in
ghost
your
heard
bag?
it.
Sir, he's kind of like leaning around to try and talk to you, Treviano. I say, do you...
Oh, sorry, you
Oh,
cut out for
sorry.
a second for me. I'm sorry. No, I'm fine. I am okay. You need to talk to the bag.
Comes back around.
The contents are injured.
Your leg, you say. You've hurt your leg. Perhaps you should get out of that bag.
My hip bends this way naturally.
Does it?
I'm quite comfortable.
Oh. Well,
But
I
I kinda
tenderly lower the bag onto the floor to make
Excellent.
this easier for this injured
Excellent.
dwarf
meanwhile,
contortionist.
Indigo
I
and Bruno
shimmy out
are-
of it, kind of like a weasel. Like,
mostly Indigo is unloading boxes, and a couple workmen come out of the cathedral to help start carrying some of the boxes into the cathedral. And they start directing you, Indigo, as to where to go and where to put the boxes. Yeffy, he looks at you and he says, "Well, what do you want? Stop all that caterwauling."
I'll
Help you?
me. My leg is
But you
broken.
should see a surgeon then.
She did, and that's why she's fine.
It hurts quite a great deal.
That's the
You know.
recovery process.
I can't move like I used to.
That's for the best, I think.
I can't lift boxes, so I can't even help my friends move all these boxes for them.
It sounds
is
as though you've had
unfortunate.
quite a rough
It
life,
sure is.
Miss Dwarf. Quite a difficulty. I
Yes.
shall say a prayer for you tonight
Yes,
to
someone-
Sigmar. Be at peace.
That's great. Do you also vote with those prayers?
What?
Vote? Does he vote?
What?
What?
What are you doing? Well, does your church have any aid?
It's a monarchy. It's got.
Are you a worshiper of Sigmar?
Can I?
He peers at you. Do you-
Today, yes.
Oh, today. Well, then.
I have an kind of a strange family. We like to share our beliefs. Then today, my favorite day, is for Sigmar.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe her.
This is my angel face.
Well, Miss Dwarf,
You're
I shall tell you that if you are in mortal peril, and if you are being attacked, Sigmar shall defend you. But if you are wounded, you really should seek out a physician, or possibly a Church of Shalia. But I don't think you're going to find much aid here at the Cathedral to Sigmar.
well. Can you point me to a surgeon who has got some, maybe passed an exam,
What?
or where those freebie priests are, who might help my leg? I mean, I got an ointment that the other guy gave me. I don't know what it's made out of. It smells like walnuts. It's got something in
Is
it.
it?
It's probably my own
Walnuts, probably.
blood. He likes to work with my blood. I don't know what's with that, but yeah. And
Yes.
Could really use some help moving these boxes,
Oh,
guys.
I go
no.
help. I just immediately go help.
do you know where the Orlock estate is?
Yes, I do. As I was about to say, there's a Dr. Oberholzer. You could visit Dr. Oberholzer. He's down he's
Holster.
Sounds
down
like a
on
hat.
Enville Street. He helped my mother's gout quite well. I recommend him.
Oh. Oh.
Um
So he's used to kind of boils and bloatiness, which I have.
oh. All right then. I'm sure he could be of aid to you.
in my life.
Did you say Orlok? The Orlok estate?
Orlok.
Yes,
Like, it's Orlok, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not seen any of the Orlok family at services for some time. I suppose that some member of the family must still live down at the old estate on the south side of the of Circle Street there, and he points kind of down the hill where you can see a large circle of fairly large estates.
Down the hill.
Is it down the hill?
Guys, it's down the hill.
It looks like it's maybe about a quarter of the way down the hill, right? So it's still above the point where the
okay.
cobbles began. It's still reasonably high up the hill. It's just not you're here at the very top at this cathedral.
Okay.
How close are we to finishing unloading these
It's
horrible
going pretty
boxes?
slow since Indigo seems to be the only one actually doing any box unloading. Oh no, the Treviano has started unloading. So it's taking a little time. It's not fast going. It's definitely going to take with only two unloading the boxes. You figure it's going to take an hour or two before you're done here.
All right. Well, work on my whittling.
Well, thank you for your smart and wise.
You're
Talk.
welcome. Go with Sigmar, my child. And he draws the emblem of the hammer on your forehead with his thumb.
Excellent. It'll take a while to take them. That's great. She kind of itches it and.
He walks back. All right.
It's just where was Sigmar when the ghost showed up?
You guys continue to unload the boxes. As I said, it takes a good hour and a half or so before finally all the boxes are unloaded. There's one or two people who seem to be attached to the cathedral who are helping just sort of carry them, but they're it's slow going. You eventually complete your work, and it's getting later in the day. You arrived around midday, and now it's starting to get towards evening. As finally the only box remaining in the back of the wagon now is your huge crate. Although you had to take it off first to unload all the other boxes. Now you've lifted it back into the wagon. And Holtz looks back, and now he kind of grimaces a little, and he says, "Oh, well, hurry up! I want to get home to dinner. Where's this thing going?"
Down the hill, south side of
All
Circle
right.
Street. Right?
Yeah.
Let's go, shall we? There is now
Yep.
room in the wagon if
Oh.
you guys want to hop into
Dust.
the wagon.
Absolutely.
Yes. Whew. Hard day's labor so far.
Yeah.
Hey, Bruno, I heard there's a pretty good surgeon nearby. Might get my leg checked out.
Yeah, I already did that. I'm real close by.
I
Always.
think maybe you should watch whatever Yeffy pays for, because you could learn a lot, I think.
Oh,
Watch
that'd be
what
good
Jeff
for you,
pays
Bruno.
No, that's not typically how surgeon training goes. It's more of a hands-on experience. It's not like
I mean this with love and affection. How would you know? You should
This is
watch.
a great cart ride.
Love and affection doesn't have anything to do with it. It's really more about cutting and uncutting by sewing.
Did you just say uncutting?
Yeah.
I
Like
think
cutting.
my point stands on its own. Thank you very much. I tend to salty.
Excellent.
I always found that dusk is the best time to deliver mysterious packages. So I'm glad this took so long to unload the rest of this cart.
Okay.
You just get a good murky darkness when you go to a possibly abandoned mansion.
Gotta have a nice low fog about the
fact,
area.
That would just be perfect.
You ride your wagon ride takes a few a good 15 minutes or so to get down onto Circle Street. And as you're passing these big ornate buildings, just gorgeous mansions, the sun is starting to set, and there's you can see pretty gorgeous sunset, very nice view from here, and the sky is starting to slightly darken as you circle around, and it takes some time because the houses are so large. It takes some time to go all the way around to the south side of Circle Street. Circle Street, so named because it circles the entire hill. As you swing around the south side, it becomes a little less fancy. The houses look like they have been not kept up as well. And eventually, you spot. Let's actually see. Bruno, you spot up ahead, just as Holt seems to be getting kind of irritated, and he goes on, is this it? Is this the one? Is this it? Like, no. Finally, you see coming up ahead as you're circling, as you're sort of approaching the southernmost part of the street, you see this sort of setback from the street, very dilapidated looking mansion surrounded by a sort of ironwork fence. Some of the windows are boarded up. It looks like there can't possibly be anyone at home. You see that there is an emblem worked into the ironwork of the fence itself, which looks very similar to what is painted on the side of your crate.
Well, this looks like it.
Oh, great.
Perfect. Looks awesome. It's a nice. All right, let's just take the box off and deliver it.
Yep. Great.
Yep.
Is
God,
there a knocker on the
So
the door?
Again, the house itself is sort of set back from the street, surrounded by this ironwork fence. You unload here at the fence. You unload, or at the gate of the fence, you unload the crate. You pull it down. Trebbiano, you go looking to see if there's a knocker or something. Here at the gate, the metal gate just kind of squeals and opens as you push on it. There's no latch. It's not latched shut or anything like that.
I don't like that.
There's a path leading from here up to the front door of the building itself, but it is sort of choked with old leaves and refuse. Looks unused.
does the carriage leave when we unload the box?
At the moment, it's sitting there. So you Trebbiano's just kind of pushed the gate open, and you guys have pulled the rest of you have pulled the box down.
All right, 10 gold crowns.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, you
Come on.
haul up the
Alright.
the box and start bringing it through the gate and up to the building. At this point, you do hear a crack behind you as Holtz starts the horses going, and indeed the cart is turning around and appears to be leaving you.
Ooh, a little spooky. Surprise, yeah.
Okay, you
All right.
Well,
Let's get this box off our
you
hands
haul
and
the
get
box
paid.
with some effort. You haul the box up to the front door. There's like 2 stone steps and then a fairly elaborate front door, and indeed there's a big brass knocker.
Oh, great steps.
But it looks like there's a bunch of cobwebs. It looks really like pretty disused.
Well, all right, here we are, guys.
Yeah. Knock knock.
All right, Indigo,
go,
you rap on the
You
door.
can,
Yeah, I'll go up and I'll just start hammering the
excellent.
knocker.
Whomp, whomp, whomp.
great.
There's a moment of nothing, and then finally the door kind of pulls open just a little bit, and this long, sallow face kind of pokes out to look at you. Male, clean-shaven, very pale, very old-looking, big, white, bushy eyebrows, and he looks at you. Yes? Who are you?
Delivery.
What do you want?
We're delivering this box
Oh,
from Vince Gusselsweiser. Gusselsweiber?
Gusselschreiber.
That from Marienburg.
I better bring it in, I suppose. And he pulls the door further open, and it. You could just see the dark corridor. He's holding a single candle in his kind of shaking hand, and you can see this just dusty cobweb filled passageway in this dark hall. You can see a couple of shapes here and there, which look like maybe furniture with white cloths tossed over them.
So yeah, we were just supposed to be paid 10 gold crowns now, and then we'll be on our way because we dropped it off. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, 10 crowns each.
Just-
That's what they
You've got to
said.
bring it in. Come.
Well, we brought it to the doorstep, but you can bring it in.
Yeah, you look strong.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Can we
This
just push it in? We can push
frail,
it.
bent over man, quite tall, but he's holding the candle in his kind of his shaking, palsied hand. He says, "Don't be silly. Bring it in if you wish to be paid." And he starts hobbling back down the hall.
Okay.
All right. I mean, I do wish to be paid.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you. Come on.
I'm going to call it. If we walk in the door, it will shut behind us.
No.
Oh, is this like a
well, how would
magic
it
door?
shut behind us?
How will
I don't
those
know.
spooky ghosts inside of this thing? I don't know. I wasn't there.
Talk about ghosts.
Tact is not his strong suit. I know. I hope you picked up on that.
The spoopy post.
This guy's
Yep,
deaf.
those
Whatever. Let's
posts
just push
were
it in.
Spooping.
River
Okay.
Ghost. Yes. All right. Let's get the box into the house.
River Ghost is
Okay.
a pretty good band name.
Are all four
Push
of
the
you
box.
carrying the box into the house?
It sounds like we're all on the back
Yeah.
side of it. and we're
Pushing it.
Pushing
through
it.
the door.
Great.
Like, we
Great.
ourselves are
Bit
not
by bit,
talking through.
bit by bit, scrape.
Oh,
Indeed, Treviano, you realize as you push it in, there's a loud whoomp behind you as the door swings
Oh,
shut.
come on.
I clap with disapproval.
Huh. Well, you were
Don't
right.
you?
He you can see down the hall there's several closed doors, but maybe 3 doors down the old man holding the candles pushed open a door, and he just points into the doorway.
Look,
Oh.
get into a
Is it a
specific
room full of
room.
money?
Not far.
In there, please. In there.
What?
That's-
Why?
that's-
No.
Oh.
Pay us,
Oh,
old
We've
man.
got to put it in there. Master
delivering
wants it in there.
oh, is it a new coffee table? It's probably nice. Nice. It's got a nice finish.
What's coffee?
It's a delicious dwarven mixture. Haven't you had it? It's very stout and strong.
Yeah, sounds bad.
Delicious.
All right, let's just push this into
Shove.
that room.
Scrape.
Yeah.
Thump. You continue to
Maybe so much job we do is a
push,
more than one
and you see that you've entered as you push the crate into the through the doorway, and it just fits through the doorway. That is a fairly large room, which you would expect must be, lightly furnished. Although again, all the furnishings seem to be draped with these white cloths. The windows, you can see big picture windows that must have at some point looked out into a very nice garden. Are now, many of them have odd boards blocking them up. So very little light comes in. As you shove the crate in,
Huh.
the old man comes holding the little candle to loom behind you. He leans over you and he says,
Yeah.
10 gold, was it?
Each.
Yeah.
Each. Yes. Each. 10 gold crowns each. So that's. Someone do the math.
I would be 10
Uh,
total.
10
Give
each.
me a fellowship test, Yeffy.
Yeah. shit.
We're gonna die rich.
Here's the natural
So
20.
that's 30 total. 10 each. Wait. The 19. I'm 19.
Ooh,
I'm very charming today.
that's,
It's my
Mm,
favorite
boy.
day.
things
Yes.
have gotten so expensive these
That's-
days, he says. He goes over to a little chest and he opens it up. Just so he goes to this shape, which is something draped in white cloth, and kind of lifts the cloth up, and you can see there's some kind of furniture there, some large end table or bureau or something, but it's got a little coffer on top of it, which he then cracks open, and he starts counting out coins. And he indeed delivers to you 10
close.
Yep, he's like
he-
salivating.
He comes back
Ugh.
with a little pile of 10 crowns for each of you. He hands you each 10
Unbelievable.
crowns.
This is this is what we promised.
wow.
Yes. This what the man said.
We'll get out of your hair there, sir. Have a pleasant evening.
Very well. Safe travels.
Uh-huh.
Watch out for them ghosts.
I leave.
Excellent.
Bye.
I try
The
to
four
open
of
the front
you
door, like
quickly
fast.
scamper down the dark hall, push open the door,
I think it's as close to a sprint as we
and find yourselves rushing back down the path to the ironwork gate.
Ooh.
Oh,
I can't believe that worked.
I also cannot believe that worked, and surely will not come to bite us in the butt anytime soon.
Nope.
Not anytime soon. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's book back on the same ship. Straight back to Marienburg.
Wait. I gotta carry on. I gotta go to Altdorf.
Altdorf, why?
Oh yeah. Altdorf is where the money is at, Bruno.
What?
Yeah.
We have 10 gold pieces.
Yeah.
This is gonna
Imagine
last us.
100 times that.
Well, I've got some other loot.
What's that? 50 gold pieces.
Money jobs over in Altdorf with my
Altdorf.
cousin. Yeah.
Oh.
So
I mean, technically, Indigo and I have an employer. I guess we're not going back, huh?
I mean,
We weren't really getting paid.
yeah. They
And that-
don't need
I don't
us.
That guy with his boil that he wanted me removed, he didn't seem very appreciative of my work, which is actually kind of a theme lately, which I don't like. A lot of complaints. You know.
You can make a lot of money in Altdorf, Bruno, right? Just trust me. That's where you can go to get the private manor security jobs, and they just pay you so much, and you don't have to do anything. Just sit
So there are
around.
a lot more
look
people
at-
there.
intimidating.
Statistically, if you stab one of them, it will eventually help someone.
Well, that's
Exactly.
an interesting perspective. I could probably start my own practice there. Really make bank.
Yeah, you
Fixing
can
up
use the
legs.
practice.
you gonna stab people to start a practice?
This is very.
Anyway, let's
insulting.
get off this street.
Yeah.
How about a fish on a stick?
Where are you headed?
To the docks.
I'm gonna try to find that surgeon.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Yeah, the doctor.
Yeah, I will
Sorry.
backpack Yeffy to the surgeon.
Sorry, Bruno.
Um,
No, you know what? I'm gonna go too. I'm gonna go with
okay.
you. Yeah.
You head back
Oh,
to
great. Great.
you head back to Main Street. And it's now getting fairly dark. Some lamplighters are coming out to light oil lamps that are positioned here and there along the street. You make.
I clutch my lantern
Excellent.
defensively.
Yeah, do you? Oh, it's got a bird in it.
I look at them like they are the devil.
Wow.
So we find yourselves in or what?
You make your way back to Main Street, and Yeffy, you look for what did I tell you? It was on Anvil Street. You look around for Anvil Street, and you can see some row of buildings that sort of like row houses. Some of which have a placard out front, like there's some kind of business, but they're all dark. They're all the lights appear to be out down that road. At least,
I think we're gonna have to wait till morning.
An emergency is an emergency.
This is
could
not
die.
an emergency.
Doesn't
She's been
stop
stable
Yeffy
for
from-
a week.
She could die.
Doesn't stop Yeffy from walking up at least to the glass and kind of tink, 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 and looking inside. The equipment.
okay, you head over to the building, which you assume must be it, because it has a wooden placard out front that just seems to depict a picture of a saw and a bone, which must be the doctor. You tap on the glass, but nothing. No one comes to look. There seems to be no movement from within.
Yeah, you're right, Bruno.
I
It's-
knock the door harder.
Well, it's late. Look, when you're a
She
fancy,
could die.
Okay.
she's not gonna
You rap
die.
heavily
I
on the
fixed
door, and then
leg.
finally, you see a light appear, approaching the door. The door opens just a bit, and a face of a young woman peers out at you, and you can see, she's looking at you. What is it? Who goes?
Apologies, my dear, but my friend is in grave danger. She needs to be fixed.
Had a lot of pain, my leg.
Oh
It's
dear.
not that bad.
Well, bring her in. Bring her in. She pushes open the door, and she calls.
I triumphantly bridle carry Yeffy inside.
Ow!
Wow.
It probably hurts a lot.
She can walk on her own
Here.
leg and arm.
She calls
It's
out,
no
Ingrid,
problem.
Ingrid, fetch blankets, fetch water. And she starts lighting. You see she's holding a little candle. She starts lighting a couple other candles about. I am Dr. Oberholzer. What is your name, dear? And she's looking at you, Yeffy.
Oh, I'm just Yeffy
Dear,
Broxton.
what has happened?
Of nowhere. Oh, well, I was
Oh, no.
attacked, and my leg
Oh dear.
broke.
Let me see.
It has
And then it was patched up, pretty good considering
Climb
the
up
poor
onto this table, and I will take a look.
swelling and this ooze.
Make room.
Oh,
She takes
Okay. I'm gonna
yeah.
climb up there.
She starts undoing the splint and says, "Oh my, this is who
Ah!
set this? This is terrible work. We're going to have to reset this, I'm afraid."
What? I'm really close to the table, like way up in the business the whole time.
And it's a reasonably high table, so you're kind of like. Excellent. She was, oh well yes, it will have to be reset, and we'll have to get you into a proper cast. I'm afraid it's not going to be cheap.
Oh dear. Like, what are we at? What are we talking about?
Well,
Here, let's
for the materials, the cast, and I think 5 corals.
I only know one Carl.
Yeah.
Five
exchange
corals?
rate for a
Five
Carl?
crowns? You're not from the Empire?
Oh, 5
Yes,
crowns.
she-
Oh no! Now that dwarven currency versus whatever this is Carl, Crown, King
We know
Carl,
a guy,
of course.
Carl. Yeah.
Of course, five of those, huh?
Well, it's a good thing you have that.
Yeah, it's good that you're giving me a down payment too for your lesson.
Do you
No.
pay her? Yeah. You pay her. Excellent.
I pay her.
She
I pay her, but I'm like, it's like she's
like
just
really hard.
she's so sad about
Yeah.
it. She just has the money and she just doesn't want to
So
let go.
she holds up the coin and she points at the face on it and she says, "Carl's, yeah, Karl Franz, the Emperor. Carl's.
No, that's a gold.
Yeah.
That's a coin.
Yes, you see, it has Carl's face on it. That's why we call them Carls. Where are you from?
Oh,
Could've
I
been
thought you were
France,
just.
it seems
I
like.
thought you just referred to them because the town was
No, it's
Carroburg.
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 There's no L. It's Carro. Carro. Carro.
Car-
Where are you from?
Carroburg, yeah.
Is she going?
Oh,
to
she'll be
live?
fine. She'll be
I
fine. Oh,
miss Carl
she'll be
so
fine.
much.
And as she's like asking you these questions, just being like, "Oh, where are you from?" And "Oh, she'll be fine. She'll be fine." Suddenly, she just kind of wrenches your leg, and there's this loud crack. And Yeffy, make me a toughness roll. Toughness roll, please, Yeffy.
Oh,
I love this
I
lady.
need a toughness
What?
test from you, Yeffy, please.
okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, did you see how mine didn't hurt as much? Mine was, I had that gentle bedside manner.
Because I was already in shock, ass. Sorry. Oh god. Six.
You just start you shout in extreme pain as suddenly this pain just shoots straight up your leg, and you pass out from the extreme pain, and she looks at you. Oh dear. Oh, perhaps we should have given her some laudanum.
Yeah. Yeah, she said conscious when I did it.
You said this.
I don't think
Her leg would have been. She would have been 2 inches shorter on the left side.
Better than having a broken leg and being dead. You know, we were on a ship. It was bouncing a lot. It was a rough night.
Why?
You know, those boards. Those aren't. You know, splints. Those are just pieces of wood I found. I had to use my surgery dagger to
Your surgery dagger.
do part of it. Yeah, that's this one.
Oh, oh my! Oh, when was the last time you cleaned this?
Yeah. What? Why would I clean it? I'm a doctor. My hands are always clean. You know, I'm sort of a gentleman,
Oh
so I
dear.
don't need to clean my.
Yeffy,
Yeah.
you gain 3 hit points back. But you are basically out for the night. And she says, "Well," and she starts wrapping Yeffy's leg up in plaster, right? So she's plastering her leg.
Oh.
And she says, "Well, the cast will have to set, and you know, she can stay here the night, but you will have to you'll have to pick her up in the morning."
Oh, it's okay. We'll stay here too.
No,
That's fine.
There's not room.
We don't mind.
Where's a good inn around here?
I'm small. I can squeeze.
never say that again.
Yeffy cries softly.
Still great comedic timing, even when unconscious.
Yeah.
That's dwarves for you.
Let's see. An inn. There's an inn. Just a few blocks down. It's the Sleep Tight Inn. It has
Oh.
yeah, has you go down this road. You look for the bed, the sign of the bed.
Great.
Oh,
Yes.
just I thought you meant like
All right. Well, thank you, Doctor.
Yeah. Thanks, I guess.
All right,
Kinda-
all right. I'll finish up here. You come back in the morning.
Oh,
You come back
overhyped,
in the
if you
morning,
ask
and
me.
she will be ready.
All right. Bye.
All right, and the rest of you head off,
Go.
and you head to.
Yeah. Bruno, she's a much better doctor than you. Like, significantly.
Quite remarkable what she did. Did you
You
see what she
guys-
did?
You guys know that I could have done
Yeah,
that.
that's incredible.
If I had had my.
No, I don't know that.
You know
I'm
how
going to
hard
write
it is to
poetry
set
about this day.
a leg on a moving ship with just a surgery dagger? I mean, you can't. It's
Bruno,
a hard. It's
How
yeah.
much have you been paid ever for surgery?
Well, I was kind of on retainer in the mercenary company, so I just I got paid. I did the surgeries. It wasn't really a pay by surgery sort of deal.
I did not see any daggers in that entire room. Are you sure you should be? I mean, I am no doctor, but she was, and
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, but she's
I don't
definitely
know.
a
I mean,
doctor.
if that leg needed to be amputated, you know who's got the dagger ready to do the amputation.
I don't think you use a dagger for amputation. Is that why not a saw is on the side?
No, surgery dagger. That's why.
No, see, I
Why
think
else
I
would
think
I
you are
have
coming
this
to
if
the
it
same
wasn't
conclusions that we are. We are
No,
both
no.
confused.
No, they bite down real hard. And yeah, a saw, a surgery dagger. It's for the surgery. What?
Indigo, where did you find this man?
Indigo just has like just like a 10-yard stare of just like as he remembers the first time he saw Bruno do surgery. What?
Cut off this leg.
All right. In the interest of time, we will say you find the inn.
Yeah.
You stay the night. It costs you 4 shillings apiece to stay. It's a reasonably nice inn up here above the amongst the cobbles. And in the morning, you return to Dr. Oberholzer, and are pleased to see Yeffy sitting up in bed, eating some breakfast.
Oh,
Kind of grumpy.
God, she looks terrible. I knew this was a mistake to come to this doctor.
My leg's feeling better.
No, that's just the you're just confused. Look, it's covered in. You look like a mummy there. You know. Didn't even.
5 Carls.
Thank you for your work, doctor.
Oh yes, she'll be all right. Give her a give her 2 weeks in the cast should be enough, and then you can cut her loose.
Oh, now all of a sudden we need to cut something loose. You know.
Well, you want to remove the cast. You don't want to keep it on there forever.
Look who's got the surgery dagger for that. You know.
I
Let's
think
get out
Indigo
of
should
here.
do it.
I'm done with this. This.
Can anyone cut me loose?
No,
Oh, yes,
let's go.
Yes. It's easy. It's just plaster.
Get in the backpack.
Breaks easy.
Well, fine. I'll get in the backpack. I'm taking this toast. I'm gonna squeeze a hand.
Shoves it in her grotesque mouth as she wriggles her way back into the backpack off the table. This poor doctor.
Oh no.
I stole a fork. I just sleight of hand it. It's probably worth nothing.
Wow.
Well, that was a waste of time. I think we all agree.
So,
I got some ham. My leg feels better.
what's our next step here? We gotta get to Altdorf, right?
It would be
Yeah.
nice.
Can we get is that accessible by boat from here? I don't know the
I
geography.
believe so. Yeah.
Paul.
Let me
I'm consulting our map.
Oh yeah, there you go. You guys have a net map, right?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Oh.
Fact. Oh dear, I've forgotten to put your screens on here. Sorry guys. Let's just add you in. It's fine. I'll get your screens in here as we. You're fine. Discuss the map. All right, this is. I'm not gonna muck around with this. Sorry, guys. I'll get this set up for next time.
Yes.
So do
You
I
have
It's
a
just,
map, though.
Altdorf, sorry.
Where were you
Yeah.
able to
We're like
detect
right
from your
there,
map?
basically.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like it's right there.
Altdorf and Carroburg are reasonably close to each other.
I think we should
Both-
hitch a
both
ride
along
on
the
another barge.
Yeah. Or we could even walk.
I don't think
Aw.
that would be a very good idea considering the cast for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It just happened.
Yeah, fair. It's a good point.
Do we want to go see if the same boat will take us to Altdorf?
Oh, if
Yeah,
Captain
maybe-
Cortain
We
is
should
still
go
there?
to the docks anyway.
Yeah.
We
You
get a
know,
good
there might be
deal.
something great in
Yeah.
the docks that we should go to because it is the docks.
All right, so you head down to the
Yep.
docks
Okay.
and you seek out Captain Joseph. And
Cortain.
his Joseph Cortain. You seek out the bell. It is still there
Yeah.
at the docks.
Oh.
You can see a lot of the crates that were in the hold are now neatly stacked along the side of the dock there, and in fact, standing by them as you approach the docks this morning, you can see the captain standing there having a discussion with another reasonably well-dressed man. You would assume some kind of merchant, perhaps. They're standing by the crates, actually examining some of the bottles inside the crate, and seem to be discussing price of glassware as you approach.
Oh.
And he, the captain, you wait an awkward moment as he finishes his business, and the captain then looks over. Oh, my friends, you've returned. What can I do for you?
Yeah.
Did everything go well with your cargo?
Surprisingly.
Yes. Not surprisingly.
Extremely well.
Mm.
Anyway, we, we were wondering, where are you headed next there, Captain?
I don't know. Perhaps further up the Reich.
Oh, by Altdorf, perhaps.
Well, yes, certainly by way of Altdorf. I haven't yet
Oh,
decided.
excellent.
It depends on what cargo I take on. Of course, I must unload
right.
unload this glassware first.
How would you like
Well-
to take some people, us, to Altdorf?
Oh well,
You
I
could help
We
you
didn't
unload your
cause
cargo.
any trouble last time.
I could do that. I would have to charge you, and it may be a week or two before I'm ready to go. I must trade my goods. This is why I'm here.
That makes
Have
sense.
you considered a coach?
Have we considered a coach?
We are now.
Yes. Well,
Uh,
there's the Empire Road
Didn't-
leads straight from here to Altdorf, if that's your destination. Might be
Oh.
faster than
that sounds fast,
than
yeah.
barge.
Well, great. Let's go find a coach then.
Okay.
They'll probably get us there quicker too.
Well, maybe we'll see you there then.
Very good.
Good luck, Captain.
And you
Bye.
as well. Excellent.
Is there like a coach? Is there a coterie?
You ask around.
It's
There
charcuterie.
are some coaching inns. There are some coaching inns.
as
There are
long as we
various
do not get a used coach dealer.
there are various coach lines. Christian, roll me a fellowship test as you ask about to learn about the coaches.
Great. Can I use my skill gossip?
You may.
Excellent.
Snap, I forgot.
9.
What a useful
9.
talent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you learn that there are several different coaching lines. They have interesting names. There's the Ratchet line and the Four Seasons line, and the Castle Rock line. Someone recommends to you that you seek out, if you're traveling, as you intimate that you're trying to reach Altdorf reasonably soon. Someone says, "Oh, you should definitely use the Ratchet line." And they recommend that you visit the Coach and Horses Inn, where the Ratchet line operates from.
Great. Let's go Ratchet.
Yeah.
awful. It's a little
Bad jokes. Bad
Uh,
jokes all over.
You head on over to the Coach and Horses Inn, a nice looking inn, okay looking inn. So it's on the opposite side of town from the docks. It faces the road, and it's got these coaching inns generally are a good sized inn that are then surrounded by a courtyard and a small wall, and usually have a coach house as well. As you approach the inn, it looks reasonably okay, but you can see there's a small crowd of people actually gathered around in the courtyard, standing around, all with a bunch of luggage and all looking rather annoyed.
Oh.
What's all this then?
As you
Nice job, Constable.
As you approach, you can see that there is a lady, a reasonably nicely dressed, perhaps middle class or possibly even nobility, with a couple servants. There is a wiry-looking man in nicer clothing, but they looks a little worn. There is another gentleman with a curled mustache in the Bretonian style. And there's what appears to be, you can see now, sort of rushing from the inn itself over to this group, a man in an apron who's rushing over and starts to approach the group as they're standing around. Indigo, as you sort of approached the group and said, "What's all this then?" The wiry-looking fellow turns to you, and he says, "The coach is late. I was supposed to leave at first light this morning."
Well, that's very late then.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Here comes the landlord now. And the man approaches and he says, "Oh, everyone, I'm very sorry. I've been trying to wake the coachman, and they say they're coming. I've banged on their door many times, and they say they're coming." Oh, and there's a lot of like.
We didn't even wake up.
Oh.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Is there more room on the coach, assuming the coachman ever wake up?
Who are you addressing?
Per se, the landlord.
The landlord. Oh, I'm sure I don't know. You'd have to speak to the coachman. I just run the inn.
All right,
but
well,
they're
where
asleep,
is this
then.
man? Where is he?
What?
We'll get him some dwarven coffee and wake him up.
I turn around such that it is illuminated that I am a not factor.
My cast is straight up in the air.
It's just leg, head sticking out of the top of the back.
We'll wake him up.
The coachmen are they're still in their room. Well, I don't know. Come this way, and he just turns
And
around and
guards?
starts stomping back into the inn.
If it, I do a little heel kick. Trivia was like, "I'm dropping you."
You're gonna kick your own heel? Is that what you're gonna do?
The
Good idea.
one.
Let's keep going.
So, Trebbiano,
We
you're
follow.
following the landlord into the inn, I take it? Yes?
Yes, sir.
And Bruno and Indigo, are you following along? Or are you staying outside?
Yes.
Yeah.
Following along.
I'm
following.
going.
Okay, so the landlord heads inside, and he goes through the big common room where there's a bunch of tables and whatnot. Clearly a nice place to have a meal. And he walks down a hall, and he turns to a door, and he just bangs on it. I said, get up, you lazy fools! Hurry up! And you hear this kind of noise coming from inside.
Can we tell whether that's like a grumpy or a genuinely unwell?
You're not,
Or is
you're
not really?
sure. The
Is the
Okay.
door locked?
landlord continues to bang on the door. Get up, you buffoons! Ugh! And he turns, and then he sees you in the hall, and he's like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
You told us to follow you.
Oh, well, Good
Yeah.
luck, he says, and he just motions at the door, and then he stomps back towards the main common room.
Okay.
So,
I-
Yeffy, you can open this door. Right? Yeah, okay.
And if not, one
Well,
of you has a crowbar.
I do have a die, and it
Ah.
sometimes, very infrequently, rolls well.
What are you attempting to do, Yeffy?
Yeah, Paul,
You're-
is it locked? First, I'm gonna try if it's locked. Otherwise, I mean, like, handle. Is it locked, or can I just walk in?
It does
Like a weirdo.
it does appear it doesn't appear to be locked. You don't see, at least you don't see a locking mechanism on the door itself. But as you try to push it, it's definitely something is preventing it from opening.
Locked.
Shall we push?
Yes. Let's push. We got a barber here.
Yeah, a surgeon.
Uh,
Barber surgeon. I'm going to give you a haircut and make you well. So we're just coming in. Sounds like you're sick.
he's the finest of bottoms. He's got it.
F-
Gonna crush this door, and let's lean into the door to try to push the thing out of the way.
Hey, maybe
Okay.
maybe
gonna-
someone else can.
I will.
Oh, are we trying to break this door down?
I will take a.
Well, we're gonna try and move whatever's.
I'll take a strength test from anyone
Move
trying to
whatever-
force open the door. If that's what you're after,
Yeah.
go for it.
19.
Wow.
Am I doing my best? Like, ow!
Yeffy.
I rolled a 3, so I guess I trip over
Yeah.
you.
Well, Yeffy's still in the bag, so Yeffy's trying to like push open the door, and then Trebbiano just like spins around to help, and the two of you just kind of swing around in a circle. Indigo, you push forward and you shove open the door,
Yeah.
and there's a crash as you see that there was like a chair leaned up against the door that just gets shoved out of the way and tumbles out of the way, and you can see inside the room it's very disheveled. There are 2 beds and 2 forms of sort of sleeping forms laid out on the beds, and you can hear loud snores coming from one of the beds.
Oh, they're really.
Yeah.
They barred themselves into sleep. Are both the beds on? There are 2 people in here.
Yes, yeah,
Is that right?
correct.
Okay.
And one is snoring loudly. Is the other one breathing?
You go and check.
Of
I
course.
can hold a.
Yeah.
Oh, I can. Well, no, you can't. You can't
I'm gonna
move.
hold the
excuse me.
backpack. Okay, sorry. Hey, I want to check. See what's up with that one that's not snoring.
I hold one of my several golden crowns below his nose to see if fog forms
Yes.
on it.
You pull the blankets back to reveal a bearded face, and yeah, it does appear to be breathing.
Huh.
You
Is
sure you
it
did
I?
that right? You sure you did that right? Can I check that coin?
You get. Would you like to be more broken? I can do that for you.
No.
I
just
I give the guy a shake, like just grab him really.
I
shake
take
him.
a step back.
Okay. You give him a solid shake, and he kind of just grumbles, and you can just immediately smell, Bruno, the heavy alcohol on his breath.
Hmm. Does the other guy's breath smell just as alcohol-y?
Yes.
I
Yes, it does.
would
Oh.
not trust these people to drive a coach. We could probably do a better job.
You want to drive the coach?
No, that's
Surely
like-
there are
in
credentials
fact,
somewhere in this room.
Bruno, the first guy that you kind of shook, he finally kind of like sits up and he like is attempting to put his boots on, which are kind of laying there on the ground next to him, but he's clearly probably still
No.
inebriated.
You should rest. It's okay. You should take your time. It's a long day ahead of you. You've got nothing to do. No, please take your time. We should find these credentials.
No,
We should.
got to start the coach.
Why did you get so drunk last night?
What? Why not? It's my life. I
Well,
can get
because-
drunk if I want. Who are you? You're not me, Mum.
Oh,
Got a point there, Bruno.
I mean, but he had to drive the coach this morning.
This guy's gross.
He peers
should rummage through their
up at
things.
you and kind of this like squinting his eyes, trying to make you out, Bruno. Who are you?
I am your boss, and I'm here to tell you you got to drive the coach.
Oh,
Did you not want him to drive the coach?
I'm doing it. Linus, get up. Go drive the coach. The other Bez just snores.
Are you kidding me? Look at
He
them.
puts the boot onto the
Yeah.
wrong foot. Starts lacing it up.
I mean, can
He's
you drive
literally
a,
putting the boot on his wrong foot. You going to entrust our lives to this person?
Can you drive a coach?
Obviously.
Oh, well, perfect. Then just
You seem
drive
more
the
of
coach.
more of a water person.
Which is why I needed to learn how to survive on land.
Can't argue with that. Do these
I
guys
can
have stuff?
read just fine. I am sure it is all of the skills I will need to drive a coach better than this individual.
Do they have stuff bags or do
Yeah.
they have bottles lying around?
Plenty of empty bottles lying around for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some gear. There's some stuff.
Yeah, I'll take a quick rummage through their belongings.
Okay. Let's take a look.
Into their corridor. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you find a change of clothes. You find one of them's got you do find laying on half under one of the beds. There's a blunderbuss. You find each one of them seems to have a pack with extra clothing and a sleeping bag and cutlery and you find some shot and powder that could clearly go with the blunderbuss.
Well, nothing suspicious. Do we want to claim that Trebbiano can drive the coach? I mean,
Yes.
do we want to tell
Yes.
them that Trebbiano can drive the coach?
Yes,
because
this is a replacement driver.
At this point,
He says he can drive the coach.
The one who's got his boots on backwards or wrong-footed stands up and he kind of, all right, let's go. Go on, Linus. And he wanders over to the bed and he just kind of grabs the guy and just starts dragging him physically out of the bed. Got to move the coach. Let's go.
Hey, on second, actually, it's me, your boss again.
You're not my
I
boss.
just realized that.
I know you.
No, I am.
Look, my mum wasn't an halfling.
No, I'm your boss, not your mom.
You're neither.
Right? See, no, I own the coach company,
No,
and I just checked. It's your guys.
You do
It's your
not.
day off.
You're full of
Yeah,
crap.
no, I'm
I
full
hold up
of-
my handheld anchor and I'm looking at Indigo like,
What? That's a nice anchor.
Listen
That's a good
here,
one.
short stuff. I'm gonna go
Hey,
and get on the
it's
coach.
fine,
Now
Bob.
you get out of my way, or you'll be still short.
I whispered to Indigo, should I knock him out?
Knock him out! Knock him out!
Oh.
I
mean- If you can drive the coach.
Point of order real quick.
Yeah.
Driving was not a skill in our actual system, right? It was coachman the class, and they are gunners, but not actually driving is a thing I would have to have a thing to do.
No, definitely not. You could
Just to make sure.
You feel like
All right.
you feel like you could make it.
Yes, I
happen.
bring my anchor down on his head as gently as
Give
possible.
me an attack.
Bam!
Give me an attack roll, please. And since
Oh
he's
my
so
gosh.
plastered, I'm gonna give you an extra +4 because he's just clearly not seeing it coming.
+4?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that makes it an unnatural 20.
Excellent. You
Ooh,
wallop
nice.
him on the back of the head with your anchor. Roll me some damage.
I don't kill the guy, right?
Hopefully not.
I don't kill 54.
I mean, you just hit him in the head with an anchor. We'll see what happens.
That's a 4.
Okay. Yeah, he with a thud, he just hits the ground. Whoomp.
I tenderly roll him back into bed and tuck him in immediately and say, "Shall we go?"
Well, you got him.
Wow. All right.
Okay.
Should we take the gun?
Yes.
Can anybody use it? Does anybody know how? I just pick it up and start. Does anybody know how one of these things work?
Coachmen have guns.
I think we need one to prove that we're
I shall
coachmen.
carry it to
Oh.
establish a position of authority.
No, I
Ooh.
got
Let
it.
it be
Yeah.
known that I do
You're
not know how to
driving.
use
I'll hold the gun.
it is as big as you small little thing.
Yeah, nice. Makes me feel tough.
Well,
Somehow it makes you look less tough.
nobody
Yeah,
found any credentials. We can just go.
yeah. We got.
We
I
have the
got your
gun.
credentials right here. Yeah.
All right, give me the credentials then. I shall take the credentials, and I take the blunderbuss. Someone else,
No,
you can
no.
hold the powder. Here, take what is required to help out the credentials. Let's go.
All right.
This is much.
You're
With much ado, the four of you head back out into the courtyard, where again you see this nicely dressed woman, her two servants, the wiry-looking fellow, the better dressed gentleman with the Bretonian style mustache, and they all look at you as you come out. Who's carrying the gun? Treviano, roll me a fellowship test.
I knew I should help.
Yeah, you should have helped. I'm sorry.
I did not know. It seemed quite dangerous.
I can't believe this.
How'd you do?
That's a one.
A one. So one. Okay. So
I can't believe it was going so well. I'm sorry, man.
the four of you come out, and the whole crowd kind of looks up at you, and they all kind of look startled, and some of them hold their hands up.
No.
What's happening?
No. I immediately dropped the gun.
Oh!
It's fine. I am your coachman for today.
It's true! From behind where these arms just flail.
Okay.
You mean no harm!
We want to go, what's the path called? I know the path, but I don't know the path.
The ratchet
Ratchet?
line.
Fine.
Shall the ratchet line go forward?
Oh,
It's time to go. Yes, let's go.
they-
And I pick up the blunderbuss and I put it. I aim it down as if
excellent.
in military.
Okay, so they there's a tense moment, and then they go, oh, thank goodness. Yes, bring the coach. Hurry up. We have to hit the road. We'll never reach the next coaching inn by nightfall. Hurry.
Of course. Here we go.
What are you doing? Because you're
Wait,
standing
do
in a
we have
courtyard with a
any
bunch
idea
of
what the
people
coach
and their
is?
bags.
Shall we go to
Yeah,
the coach?
let's go get
Yeah.
the coach.
Let's go get the coach.
The coach.
Excellent.
The coach.
You look.
It seems
you
like
look-
the coachman should lead the way.
You look around. You see the inn, the other building, which you assume is the coach house. You're guessing the coach would be in there.
We
Okay.
go to there.
Okay. So the group of you head over to the coach house, and indeed, big open gates. As you pop them open, you can see a not great looking coach and a couple of stalls with a couple of horses in them that you would probably call nags. It is definitely
Is
not the nicest thing you've
better
ever
looking
seen.
coach?
But it is a coach.
Excellent.
It is
This
definitely
You know-
a coach
Yeah,
and a couple of horses.
this matches with the two gentlemen
Yeah.
who were responsible for it. I think. Yeah. Okay, let's connect the horses to the coach.
Yep.
Let's hook them up.
Take a horse. I lead it. I approach it. I pet it. I
Excellent.
lead the
Excellent.
horse out
Yeah.
in front of the thing.
The horses seem
Get to
to
the backpack.
expect this, and clearly
Okay.
this is just their routine,
Nice.
and they more or less just walk right on over and let you hitch them up to the coach, no problem at all. You eventually get the coach going, get it rolled out. The people see just a huge sigh of relief as the coach finally comes out, and they quickly cluster around and open the doors to the coach and start clamoring in. It's at this point you realize, one, they clearly expect you to deal with the luggage. Two, there are, what did I say, 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 5 of them, and as they climb into the coach, you realize that there's room for about 6 people inside that coach. So the lady, her two servants, the wiry looking fellow, the gentleman with the Bretonian mustache, all just climb right into the coach, and they're ready to go.
Okay,
So, me in the front, someone else in the front, someone in the cabin, Yeffy bag in the back.
I'm
Perfect.
going
Yeah, be in the
style.
luggage.
Because
Super comfortable.
there's room for 2 people up
No.
front in a coachman's.
That's true. There is room for 2 up front,
And then there's one.
There's space on top for all
Someone's
the luggage.
got to ride in the back.
So someone's probably
Oh,
gonna have
great.
to
So we'll
ride on
put
top
Yeffy
of the
up with
luggage
the
on the top.
luggage.
Yeah, is what you would guess.
That or
Only
we could keep
luggage.
Yeffy in the bag by like our feet.
I'm fine with the luggage.
Okay.
Great.
All right.
Thanks.
Sounds great. I start graciously hauling these fine bags onto this
Okay,
horrible,
great.
terrible.
You
Ooh,
load, you load,
and
you load
I
up
promptly
the coach.
climb into the back.
You load up the,
Whoa,
coach.
wait a-
Bruno climbs into the coach.
You fucker.
You find yourself,
Ooh.
Bruno, sitting across from the 3 ladies, and next to the man with the Bretonian mustache. And he looks down at you. Oh, hello, my friend. How are you? My name is Philippe Descartes. What is your name?
Philippe.
Yes.
I am Bruno Finebottom, a surgeon,
Oh, nice to meet
and I
you.
am traveling to Altdorf for business.
Oh, excellent. Well, I hope we reach it before too long. It is quite a late start, you know.
It is. I know this coachman. He's a real. He knows how to make those horses move fast.
Good, because
Uh-huh.
these other 2, they were not. They seemed quite lazy. I thought maybe we would not even go today.
Yeah, those guys. They're always causing trouble.
Hmm.
That's I keep telling my friend, a close friend of mine who owns the carriage line. Keep telling him he's got to fire those 2, but he never listens. You know,
I see.
he's just too soft-hearted.
Well. Meanwhile, Treviano, Indigo, you guys load up all the baggage.
Great.
And I hear that Indigo and Treviano
I
are
have
gonna
a
ride.
map, right?
What's that?
I have a map, right?
You you guys have the map that I gave you. You have that. You have a
Okay.
Okay. Just want to check.
all right. And Yeffy, you climb
Yeah.
up on top of the luggage. Excellent.
I
Mhm.
assist because clamoring hard with the
Well-
leg and.
I'm assuming there's some trunks, maybe some bags.
Yep.
Can make a
Yep.
pillow. I kind of sneak on into one of those bags. Get comfy.
You know, they're
maybe
they're
and a
generally
box to
they're
wear.
generally more like chests and boxes and stuff, but you latch them to the top and you're able to arrange them in such a way that there's a space for you. That's
I have a
comfortable.
Yeti
Ish.
throne.
Side space.
all right.
Allons-y.
And you crack the whip and the horses start walking and you start to exit the coaching inn. And that's where we will end for the evening. As the group begins their
Oh
This
my
is another
God.
terrible
aboard the
plan.
coach.
Oh, jeez.
Um,
I mean, we have a gun now, so
Yes.
Yep.
Treviano, I believe you have achieved your personal goal. So you can go ahead and have the 25 XP for that.
What was your personal goal?
Acquire a pet seabird.
Oh my god.
Yeffy has still not managed to unload any of her goods.
Oh.
I think Bruno and
Oh,
Indigo,
no.
you two still owe me a new goal.
yes.
Excellent.
I have one.
Oh, do you? Excellent.
My new goal is to impress the coach passengers with my clout.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. Perfect.
Wow.
That was 25 per personal ambition.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. My new personal ambition is to be heralded as a champion driver,
Excellent.
just to do the best goddamn job in the world.
Can mine be successfully hit something with this gun?
Oh, yeah, can we say that you took the powder from Bruno when he clambered in,
Sure.
so that we have both the blunderbuss and the
Yeah.
necessary.
It
Or is that to
it could be. I'm gonna warn you. It's gonna be pretty hard. Without the gunnery talent, you really have no idea what you're doing.
I'll think of one later
Okay,
then.
very good.
I would like
That'll
to be
just make
referred to exclusively as captain from now on until we depart.
All right, everyone. I think that wraps us up for the night. Our deepest apologies for all the weird little technical problems we hit along the way. I hope you enjoyed our exciting misadventures of our group. And I will wish you all a good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night.